Okay. Were you the one to bring YouConnect into the bank then?
No, I was not.
You weren't? Okay.
So we've done a total of 18 acquisitions over
Yeah.
the 27 years that I've been here.
Wow.
And our first foray into Florida was First United Bank.
Okay.
And they had utilized YouConnect.
What were you guys using at the time?
We was a totally manual process, and it was saving grace to have a system that took care of all the functions that we needed. Definitely on the due diligence side, licenses, insurance, those things, it was such a huge change for us.
Yeah. At that time, probably like RIMS was probably more of a bigger player in the space, right? Like why did you guys go the YouConnect route and not more so like the brand that was probably known and used by more of the banks at the time?
Well, the interesting thing is when we were looking at pulling a system across the entire bank footprint, we did look at RIMS, and we did our due diligence. And one, we thought that YouConnect was more cost effective, and two, with RIMS, if we needed modifications, we were a small fish in a very big pond. And what we had got feedback we had gotten was that they're not responsive. And you know, our institution may be a little bit different than others, and we felt that the flexibility that YouConnect provided us was a benefit that we felt very strongly about.
And what kind of impact has it had for you and your team since you've been in?
Oh, I mean, the transparency of the appraisal process was very important in the implementation across the entire geographic footprint. The fact that I can manage the gigantic number of vendors that we have through the system with the staff that we have is a big benefit. And tracking all those necessary items such as errors and omission insurance, current licenses, and being able to see where things stood and delivery dates at a very convenient access was also a big feature that we utilize.
You guys are big into the reporting piece of it too, right?
Yes, you know, the different aspects that we always look at transaction activity, where it's coming from, the vendors meeting delivery dates, our own job managers meeting delivery dates, so that we can ensure and meet the needs of our service level agreements with our account officers is something that there's a big focus on as we expanded into different territories.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's great. And what would you say is the best part about working with the YouConnect team, the support group? What do you enjoy most?
Oh, the fact that when we need specific changes and or modifications, the team is really very receptive to making those changes and adding the features that we specifically need to meet our organizational goals. You know, we've expanded the system to capture and order and review environmental reports as well. And that has been implemented over the past 2 years, and that has worked very well across our entire footprint. So it's a big benefit to have a system that could accommodate the number of transactions that we currently have and to handle the type of requests that we have as well.
Do you think that would really be something that would stop you from moving to a new system, though? The cost of getting it's your data as well. That's why it doesn't make much sense. Like, how much can
Yeah,
they
I know.
for your own data?
Well, yeah, well, and that was really the thing that really bothered me, that RIMS was happy to sell you back your own data that they extrapolated to develop reports for, and I'm like,
yeah,
but I paid you. It's my report, and you're pulling the data out of my report to resell back to me, and I'm like, I found that difficult to swallow.
Yeah, I know that's something that's in the new EDR contracts, is that I think they're trying to make a big data play and use all the data from the reports.
Right, and that's really, it's confidential information. It you can't really. I think that's an inappropriate way to handle it, but that's their world. That was also a big factor too, where it just didn't sit well with anyone here, that they were going to sell us back the data from our own database in a different format. I'm like, it didn't sit well. And on top of it, the cost too. It had a lot to do with